Hello everyone, George Packard, Family Lawn and Landscape, and today we're going to talk about power raking. Now, what do I mean by power raking? Well, take a look at this. Here's your lawns. There's a power rake on that skid steer. When I started out, when I started putting lawns in back in the day when I first started landscaping, I would take a bed frame, like an old mattress bed frame type deal, and I would hook it behind a four-wheeler, and I would go back and forth and try and level these things. And of course they didn't level worth a shit, but back in the day they did. I mean, they did a decent job, but it was not like today. These power rakes do such a nice job. So what I'm going to do is bring you over and show you what it is, and then I'm going to show you how it works. So they're a leveling device, and it kind of levels as it goes, okay? So you can get them, they go on either tractors or you can put them on skid steers like this. And well, I prefer the skid steers. I like them. I like my attachments on the skid steers. I can just get in and around things versus a tractor, which is just a little more cumbersome, so I don't like them as much. This one's a little bit dirty, but anyway, this is a Harley power rake, okay? And to me, I guess the Harley rakes are famous for being strong and durable, and they've made a good name for themselves. So I have different ones. You know, they're not all Harley rakes, but I do have the different ones. And this one angles. So if you look over here, this one has a ram on it. It's covered with dirt also, but anyway, this ram will make this thing swivel. Right here's the swivel, so I can turn it one way or the other. And what that does is, if I want to get on here, let's say I want to get up here, and let's say I want to windrow all my rock, because this thing is, what it's going to do is till up the soil like this right here, okay? As this tills up the soil, it's going to hit little rocks and such. So when it does that, it just kind of, these guides in front of this thing will keep the rocks, for the most part, it keeps them right in front of you as you go along, and then in the end, I raise it just the least bit and it kicks out the rocks to the end. Then I have to pick those up after I'm done power raking everything else, okay? So, but if you wanted to, you could put this on an angle. If I wanted to put all my rocks, say, down on that end and then scoop them up when I'm done, I could put this on an angle right here. I could cut across this whole thing and just push everything that way, okay? And then just scoop the rock up when I'm done. So I like to do it straight in here, especially where it's very close quarters. So if you can see here, you got to be careful because you got the house here. We just put a rock bed in here. And here's the other thing. There are irrigation heads that are in this lawn that you have to be careful of, careful hitting, okay? Very tight quarters, so you got to move slowly with it and precisely with it. But I'll tell you this, once you start power raking, you'll realize that that's one of the best ways to put in a lawn, and this is just a great piece of equipment to add to your landscaping. If you guys don't have this equipment in your fleet, you really should have it at some point, because you can put in driveways like that. I mean, it's nothing to put in a gravel driveway with these things. Lawns takes a little bit, but it's still by far is the best thing there is for leveling the lawns. So let me get started and I'll give you a little demonstration of what it looks like. Okay everyone, you may not be able to hear me once I start this thing up, but I did want to show you something really quick of what this does. Now, it's a reversible power rake, so got some controls up here. Your controls are all going to be different, but as I go forward with this machine, I'm going to want my drum to spin like this, so it's kicking things out in front of me. If I back up with the machine, if I do some final raking and I back up, I can switch it and make them run in reverse. So let me just demonstrate that to you. so on and so forth. So, as you can see, this does a very nice job of leveling this out. You saw what it looked like before. Now take a look through here and see how nice this is. Now this is nice and pliable. You can get in here, drop our seed. We're gonna do a little bit of hand raking up by the cement and up by the bed. But otherwise, we had these buckets laid out, not just for an obstacle course, but that's where the sprinkler heads are. So those sprinkler systems have been installed wherever you see those buckets, and those are a lot easier to see than just the little flags that come on them. So we'll take a bucket like that and just spread them out, and it makes it a lot easier for you, because if you hit that head and you tear it up, it's just one more thing you got to fix. And you got to purge the line and all that kind of crap. So now all we got to do, come in here, just do a little bit of hand final grading, like around the trees and whatnot. And after we get done with that, we'll seed it. You can see all I did, guys, was just work up the first couple inches of soil. Look how nice that is. Look how beautiful a job that thing does. So does a great job. Now we just spread the seed on it after we hand rake it, put fertilizer on it, rake it in, turn on the sprinkler system, adjust it. We're out of here. We're down the road to the next job. So cool thing about the power rake, I'll show you this real quick before we head on, and that is the leveling power that it has. So if you look at this drum down below, it's got all those teeth on it. Well, these are all carbide teeth, okay? So that's what the carbide is right here on the end of these things. And that thing, that's why it's just a big level. It's a big level roller. So any humps that it hits, it actually knocks those out as it goes. And that's what does your leveling, not just purifying the soil, but leveling it as it goes. So, and I'll always make, 2-3 passes down the same one just to make sure that I get it nice and level. Okay, so anyway, that is the power rake, and that's how you power rake. So this has been George Packard, Family Lawn and Landscape. Don't forget to leave me your comments down below, and as always, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.